several things. First of all, we've got to make sure that when you do windows, especially dark windows like this, they're square. What I mean by that is they've got to measure up exactly. Well, I say exactly. I mean, it depends how fussy you are, but it's great fun to try to emulate what you see on the picture. Now, that's pretty good. Now, when we fill that in, it looks good until we see it like that. One thing about glass is you've got to make it look smooth. You can't ever. That's much better. We're getting there with that. Now, I want to darken it, and you can use 181. Sometimes what you have to do is you have to darken and then lighten again, because some of these colours, especially 181, is very fierce. What do I do about that? That looks pretty good to me. Let's fill that in. You can imagine if your pencils weren't sharp here, you'd be in all sorts of trouble. I don't have to make it come along here and along there. And I've got to bring that down just a little bit farther so it's square to the other window, which means that is miles out. So I'm just going to straighten that up a little bit, put my grey, light grey in there as well, just to tidy that up. Bring that down a little further like that. It should be more or less straight, but this is too wide. Well, I'm going to fiddle a bit more with that. I'm not quite happy with it yet. I've got another one there and another one there to do as well. But like I say, it depends how fussy you are. I find it fascinating. That is just about right, I think, as far as weight is concerned. You'd think it would, but it doesn't. Just run across to encompass that window. I'm not worrying too much in those little dark areas. I can sort that out. The pastel paper helps an awful lot here because it picks up the colour. You don't have to press very hard. But you can see that that is already beginning to look much better than it did. Very light touch. I'll come right across there to the other doorway, and that also helps with the door because that door looks quite strong in colour. But now by putting this in, let's just continue with this.